IVM.
Hello and welcome to the Habit Coach Podcast, the bite-sized podcast filled with quick and easy, actionable habits. Remember, great habits create that awesome life. I am Ashdin Doctor, your habit coach. And today's fun fact of the day has to do with pain. Did you know that the brain does not feel any pain? The brain is the place where the message of pain is processed, but it does not feel pain. Let me explain. Imagine you hit your toe on the side of the bed. And we all know that painful feeling, and then hopping around screaming at the bed and being in that place of, "Argh." When you hit your toe, the toe sends a message of pain to the brain, which the brain then interprets as pain in the toe. It calls your attention to that toe. That is basically the use of pain. That's what pain does in the body. But now imagine you hurt your brain. The brain would send similar signals throughout the body, just like the toe did. But there is no other organ in the body that can process that pain coming from our brain. Hence, we feel no pain when the brain is hurt. So this means that doctors can do brain surgery on a person while they're completely conscious, as there's no pain being felt by that person. And I found this very freaky. The place where our body processes pain cannot feel pain. Understanding pain is a very interesting thing. This is because pain can be physical, like stubbing your toe, or it can be emotional, like a breakup. And we feel pain in both situations equally. Today, I want to talk about the pain that we inflict upon ourselves. This is the pain we do not need to experience. You see, the Buddha said that we experience pain twice from any situation. The first kind of pain is the one that actually exists. For example, that pain of stubbing your toe, it actually exists. Or getting your heart broken, or being cheated on out of a lot of money. This pain that life brings us. This is an external pain, things that are happening to us. However, the second pain is the pain we create for ourselves. This is the pain of guilt, the pain of negative self-talk, the pain of anger, the pain of greed, the pain of regret. And these are pains we inflict on ourselves, because we do not know how to stop thinking these things. These are pains also taught to us by society. People guilt us into doing things. We learn to be jealous from the people around us. And the Buddha said that the first kind of pain is completely unavoidable. In fact, he believed that life is suffering, and hence life is pain. We have no control over that first kind of pain. We can do things to lessen the pain, but more or less, that pain is controlled by external forces. But what we have complete control over is the pain we create for ourselves, the second kind of pain. And this pain is mainly formed from the mind asking these statements. If only, I should have, why me? Notice how most of your overthinking comes from these three statements. And to break the cycle of overthinking, we have to learn to distance ourselves from the problem, the thing that caused the first pain. Do not associate it with that pain. Instead, just observe what has happened without judging it or questioning it. And this takes time and patience. It is a habit that you will have to learn to form, but it is a habit that will serve you well. Because life is painful as it is, and there is no point in us adding to this pain and inflicting it upon ourselves. So your super simple habit starts by just observing the two kinds of pain. And this way you become aware of the pain. Then learn to disassociate with the first pain. Just observe it without judgment. Do not judge others or yourself for the pain. After you do that, you can slowly learn to not feel the second pain at all. And this is because the second pain is created only in our mind. Now, if our brain does not feel any pain, why should our minds feel it?
Usually in a podcast, it's me who speaks to you and you who listens. But I've been seeing your comments and it's time. It's me listening to you. Following the overwhelming success of this podcast, the good folks at IVM Podcast Network have decided to come up with a Kannada adaptation of the show for those who prefer listening to it in that language. Do make sure you let your Kannada speaking friends know about this as well.
So start these habits and share with us your progress using the hashtag #TheHabitCoach. If you like this podcast, don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on social media. We are at IVM Podcasts on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to reach out to me, I am Ashdin Doc on Twitter and Instagram. You can find lots more information on my website, awesome180.com, or check out different content on my YouTube channel called AWESOME180. That's Awesome180.
Hey everybody, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Storytellers and Storytellers, Vineet talks to acclaimed filmmaker Nikhil Advani about his latest web series, Rocket Boys. On Paisa Vaisa, Anupam talks to Nitin Gupta, founder and CEO at Uni, about their new Pay 1/3 card. On Raw and Organics, Sweta Subaya, founder of Sweat, bursts some pretty pervasive myths around fitness for women with Kunal. The Simplified hosts deconstruct all there is to artificial intelligence with AI practitioners Karthik and Shivam. And on All Things Policy, the Takshashila folk discuss evolving notions of warfare with the advent of digital technologies. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our others for that matter, please do tell a friend. Don't forget to rate us on any other platforms that you're listening to us, whether it's a rating, whether it's a review, it all helps. And do remember to check us out on YouTube. We have a number of channels. They're available on ivmpodcast.com/YouTube. And finally, I would like to thank our sponsors this week, Bank of Baroda, CoinSwitch, Kuber, and HDFC Life Insurance. Thank you so much for making this possible.
Eventually, you'll see the end of your childhood.
Get accustomed to womanhood.
Enjoy the experience of sisterhood.
Might get to wifehood.
Or not. Choose motherhood.
Or not. You'll learn to define your personhood.
Earn a livelihood.
Change the neighborhood.
And get rid of the falsehood that life post-academia is easy.
So join me, Natasha.
And me, Ayushi.
On a journey from station starting point.
To station, what now?
Next station, Pudin station. And hopefully, Agla station, adulthood.
Fresh episodes out every Thursday.